These two Bond films are amongst the grittiest in the series. They are arguably unmatched in their depictions of violence until GoldenEye and most definitely Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace came along. They may be fairly different in terms of story, one has Bond on a mission, the other has Bond going rogue, but these two Bond films are more similar than you may think. But which of these two Bond films is best? Dr. No was the first Bond film and for many people is the best in the series. This could also be applied to License to Kill, which we'll get to. Dr. No is a classic Bond film, it's as simple as that. However, many of the tropes and aspects of the formula hadn't yet been fully realised, so Dr. No is lacking in traditional Bond qualities. This could work in the film's favour. As a standalone adventure, it's fantastic. Connery is superb in his debut Bond performance. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. The mannerisms are practically nailed on the first attempt, and everything about his performance has come straight from the pages of Fleming. Compared to the other debut Bond performances, which is a high bar, Connery's is practically unmatched until Daniel Craig's debut in Casino Royale. Dr. No, due, I think, to its secluded location, feels rather timeless, even though it most certainly isn't. It seems like an ideal film to watch on a cold, rainy day. Pop in Dr. No and escape to a classic 60s spy adventure. This is additionally helped by the overall simplicity of the plot. If someone you know wants to get into Bond but doesn't know where to begin, start them with this. If they can't sit through Dr. No, then Bond just isn't for them. This simple story is a good way of easing someone into the world of 007. Plus, it's authentic 60s Bond, so this person will start off with a strong entry. Joseph Wiseman was suitably unnerving as Dr. No. The bar is set high for future Bond villains. However, Wiseman has a tiny amount of screen time, which, while it leaves you wanting more, a key rule in cinema, just a smidge more wouldn't have been so bad. Wiseman's especially good during the dining scene with Connery. The dialogue is fantastic, and the actors appear to work well on screen together. The level of grit in Dr. No is great. It's not over the top or anything, but Dr. No is perhaps more serious than people remember. A fair amount of the kills from Bond are cold-blooded, especially when he famously dispatches Professor Dent in one of the Bond series' most well-remembered scenes. The grounded nature of Dr. No is appreciated, even if the so-called dragon does dent that aspect of the film somewhat. Ultimately, Fleming S. Bond is down-to-earth and fairly grounded, so in that respect, Dr. No succeeds, and in many other respects too. Dr. No was the one that started it all. But how is License to Kill the final Dalton outing? License to Kill is frequently mentioned as one of the most bloody and violent Bond films made, but there is more to this film than just that. Timothy Dalton is pitch perfect as Bond in this entry. You can tell that Dalton was classically trained. Certain scenes in this film wouldn't have had the same impact with any of Dalton's predecessors in the role. Robert Davi as Fran Sanchez is equally pitch perfect in his role. Sanchez is such an underrated villain. His moral compass, or rather his fixation on trust and loyalty, is a really brilliant aspect to his character. Sanchez is creepy and intimidating, but he isn't a complete Fruit Loop. Sanchez is a top-tier Bond villain for sure. Why he's so underrated and overlooked is frankly nuts. Sanchez is easily one of the best Bond villains. Bond's vendetta works well in the context of the late 80s. I don't think carrying on with the campy Bond would have worked. Those films were great, but the series needed to evolve. The depiction of violence is graphic, but it's certainly not there just for the sake of it. License to Kill is a very underrated Bond film. For me, it's certainly in the top 10. It's not perfect, at times it does look a bit cheap despite its high budget. It paved the way for the likes of GoldenEye and more notably Casino Royale and Daniel Craig's incarnation of Bond in general. But which is the better Bond film, Dr. No or License to Kill? Both are films I watch at least once or twice a year. Dr. No is a classic 60s spy story, whilst License to Kill is a gritty 80s revenge story. So it really does depend on what you're after. I'd say License to Kill is the better film, but Dr. No is fantastic. After all, it started up the greatest film series of all time. But which of these 007 entries do you prefer? Are either of them your favourites? Comment your thoughts on Dr. No and License to Kill down below. Thanks for watching.